Downtown Phoenix on a bright and sunny day as we come to you from Arizona. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni is the modern-day godfather of pace and space. His teams in Phoenix popularize small ball, moving around and pushing the tempo in their 7 seconds or less offense. It's ironic that now his Houston team plays a much slower isolation style of basketball. But Kevin, that shows his flexibility and D'Antoni's ability to adapt to his personnel.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Harden.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Green is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Tucker in at the 5. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Oubre out there with Shaq Diallo. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
Now here's Westbrook. The pass to Tucker. Back to Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. It's deflected. Now here's Rubio. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint. And, of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
The Phoenix Suns come into this one after the win against the Pistons. Westbrook scanning the floor. Harden right side for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
If you leave someone open around Russell Westbrook, he knows it's his responsibility to find the open guy.
And here's Rubio. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Pistons in Detroit.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Covington kicks to Green. Here's Harden on the wing. Defended by Booker. And the basket by Harden.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for Phoenix. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
No good from Booker.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And so here's Phoenix. 4-point game. Rubio the pass to Diallo. Oubre against Covington. Rubio outside. 6 to shoot. Here's the teardrop. And he lays it up and in. Rubio's got 5 points so far.
Oh, you have to appreciate Rubio's creativity. Floats that one in.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it, Kevin. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Here's Rubio following the score by Houston. Pass to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. Covington against Oubre. There's Green with the three, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
Now, here's Covington. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Great D that time from Oubre.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
That's good from Booker on the assist by Oubre.
Well, at 6'6", let's remember, Devin Booker has enough size to feel confident on the interior.
Outside Westbrook. From outside the arc, drills the three-pointer. Westbrook's got his second bucket.
And this is the problem now. Westbrook converting from the perimeter consistently. Good luck checking him.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns, trailing by 5. Diallo finds Oubre. Fires from 14, and it's Ayton missing. And here's Houston. They're on a 12-4 run. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
A moment now to see the stats for Devin Booker. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. Averaging about 24 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Suns trail by 8, and if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, PJ gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Diallo, great D that time from Green.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
It's Westbrook with the drive and the dunk by Westbrook.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
So it's Phoenix now, following the score by Houston. Pass to Diallo. Now, here's Rubio, guarded by Green. 5 to shoot. Passes it to Diallo. To end the run. Tries again. Ayton. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing excellent.
Outside Westbrook. Tucker with the ball. Ayton's there. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
The pass to Diallo. They double him with Green. Back to Rubio. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Take a look at the Rockets. Right now, they've compiled the 6th best record in the conference. And, of course, Phoenix, 9 games back.
Yeah, right now, though, the Rockets, they've stayed right there just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
From deep, Harden. The shot, no good. Good D by Booker. Oubre, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. Rockets leading by 8. Here's Tucker, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Booker looking around. Ayton dishes to Rubio. Doesn't go that time. And Houston the other way now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
The first one falls. A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical, thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. Here's Jerome. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Saric. Pass to Jerome. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. The Rockets' fourth.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the break all game long, so that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
Rockets leading by 12. Outside Westbrook. And it's Tucker atop the key. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Houston.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Westbrook. 5th in steals, 11th in scoring. And his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Now here's Saric. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Boy, what determination from Dario Saric. So good at being aggressive around the rim.
Here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Here's Tucker. Drills it from outside. Tucker's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Here's Jerome. Down by 15. Floats one up. Gordon with the defensive effort. Houston's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Phoenix has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Jerome passes to Kaminsky. Here's Baines, covered by Sefolosha. Kicks to Kaminsky. 6 on the shot clock. The 19-foot shot. Rebounded by Cephalosha. And here's Cephalosha. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. They lead by 17. Bridges with the steal. Saric in the corner. Suns moving the ball around. There's the dish to Bridges. Pass to Jerome. Clock at 6. That shot missing. Gordon with the defensive effort. Houston leading by 17. There's the lob to the hoop.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's Jerome. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Poked loose. Westbrook with the steal. Now here is Cephalosha. Tight defense on him. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Well, Phoenix shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Passes it to Jerome. Kaminsky with the ball. Stolen by Tucker. Here's Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
You know, that an area where Tucker continues to improve, making the extra pass.
Suns trail by 21. Here's Jerome.
Big coming, big coming.
1:43 left here in the opening quarter. And Saric kicks to Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. They get a hand on it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Rivers, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Jerome over Rivers. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Westbrook.
And he has become a much bigger part of their offense this month. His usage rate has gone through the roof. They're going to him more and more, and boy, has he responded.
Rivers passes to Gordon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
You know, make no mistake, guys, one of the more effective second-round picks we have in the NBA. Tucker provides a steady diet of production.
It's his first trip to the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Tucker. And the Suns call time.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. Far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
Phoenix has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Saric looking around. 1:09 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, outstanding contest on the shot, and then he's positioned perfectly to go after the rebound.
Tips it up, and the second chance effort by Gordon. Gordon's got 6 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Jerome. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the pass to Šarić. He's looking for Kaminsky and finds him. They need this one. Basket good.
You know, if you want any chance of contesting that shot, you have got to put a bigger defender on him.
Now Rivers. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Lakers.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
The Rockets making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Jerome. He's guarded by Rivers. Jerome passes to Kaminsky. Šarić outside. Here's Jerome. 5 on the clock. Pass to Kaminsky. Over Rivers. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Houston Rockets riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
We've got Bridges. Frank Kaminsky is out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Dario Šarić, and it's Jerome in at the point. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Jerome. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Baines. Kaminsky with the ball. Bridges passes to Kaminsky. 6 on the shot clock. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And the Suns miss again.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Here's Jerome following the score by Houston. Back to Baines. Fires the three. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a quick look now at the best free throw shooting team. The Suns, number 1.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
You talk about bangers in the NBA, Doris, the Australian, Aaron Baines, rugged as they come.
Kev, he is the very definition of an energy guy. This man is a great defender. You get blindsided by one of his picks, you are going to feel it the next day.
And Houston again with the bucket.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think obviously we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Phoenix calls timeout. You hear these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the helper. Help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case, but it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
Here is Harden. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Now here's McLemore. Back to Harden. Over Booker. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And it's 9 points for James Harden.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And here's Booker. 32 points for him last game against Detroit.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Pass to Carroll. Over Diallo. Again, the Rockets score.
Well, I think he can make an impact in just about every phase of the floor. This guy, DeMarre Carroll's mid-range has got it going.
Up top, Diallo. Carroll covering, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Phoenix with the ball. Booker in the corner. Puts up a three. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Now Harden. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And here's Booker. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Booker with it. Now defended by McLemore. Booker outside. Shot clock at 6. Out to the wing. Rubio finds Booker. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Rivers, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Tries it from 19. Again, the miss by Booker. Houston's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Now here's McLemore, covered by Oubre. And there's the pass to Harden. He's looking for Rivers and finds him. Over Rubio. Rivers can't get it to go. And it's Rubio with the ball for Phoenix. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Got a piece of it. The shot by Carroll, no good.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
On the wing, Booker. Offensive rebound. Diallo. The layup off target. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And here's Westbrook. After the three-pointer from Ricky Rubio. Cans it from downtown.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 11. Here's the floater. And Covington sends it back. Outside Westbrook. He kicks it to Harden. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Covington. Shoots over Rubio. And Covington with the basket on the assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 8th assist in the game. Here's Rubio. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fast break, here they come. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Phoenix with the ball.
Hey, watch Ricky, watch Ricky. Take that shot.
Oubre outside. Pass to Ayton. Back to Oubre. 6 to shoot. And Rubio kicks to Booker. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. And here's Booker from the arc. It's rebounded by Houston.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Rubio taking his time here. Inside, and Ayton throws it down.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
Here's Westbrook. He's got 7. Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
First one falls for him. Doris, don't you think that every trade deadline always seems to have a different feel to it?
Yeah, some years it seems like there's so much movement, a ton of action, and then other years the trade deadline can come and go with virtually no storylines. So hard to predict what happens year to year.
Bridges, he's checked in for Oubre. Harden hits them both.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
Now here's Booker. He's got 7. And Rubio kicks to Ayton. Rubio outside. Shot clock at 5. The shot missing. Good D by Harden. And it's Harden with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Covington finds Harden. Houston moving the ball around. And Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up to those.
Phoenix has gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. And the foul on Harden. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Phoenix. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Houston. Harden against Booker. Harden with the defensive effort. Houston's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Covington with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The Suns shooting a measly 26% in the second quarter. Kaminsky with the ball. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Well, the length and athleticism of DeAndre Ayton make that an easy opportunity.
To the paint, here's Tucker. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And for that game against the Warriors, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Rockets. Here's Jerome. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. Fifth best, the Rockets.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
5 to shoot. Here's Bridges. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Covington's shot is off. The Suns shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Here's Jerome. He's covered by Westbrook. Jerome passes to Kaminsky and finished off by Kaminsky.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Outside Westbrook. To the left side wing. Here's Tucker. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Tucker's got 15.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
Passes to Baines. Here's Jerome. Back to Baines. Lays it up off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Westbrook kicks to Gordon. Back to Westbrook. Again, the Rockets score.
I love how Westbrook rises and fires immediately. Ball touches his hands, and it's gone before you can blink.
And the pass to Saric. Knocks it loose. Westbrook with the steal. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Covington, and he uses the glass on the layup. Covington's got 8 here in the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And it's the Suns with the ball. 20 seconds left in the first half. Kicks it to Saric. Pass to Bridges. Here's Jerome. He's covered by Westbrook. 4 on the shot clock. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. 6 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 1 second left. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
Westbrook has the ability to create havoc with his athleticism to challenge shots.
James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the
Yeah,
folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, we've got Russell Westbrook. P.J. Tucker is out there with Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Covington in at the three, the small forward.
I tell you, if Rubio could ever score consistently like this, it could change the equation for this team.
Rivers with it. Now guarded by Booker. Pass to Covington. Shoots a fader. Phoenix grabs the miss. Diallo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Oubre. It's rebounded by Houston. Tucker's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Westbrook. Outside Covington. Back to Westbrook. Three-pointer. That one no good. Now the Suns take it the other way. Looking to get back on track here. And there's Booker on the assist by Oubre. And that's now 9 points for Devin Booker. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Oubre against Covington. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, if you are a modern NBA shooting guard, you have got to be able to shoot with range, and Austin Rivers knocks it down.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for Rivers. Phoenix with the ball. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 9. Here's Covington. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And that's 15 points for Robert Covington.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
Boy, when you look back on Russell Westbrook's career, the athleticism at the point guard position, borderline absurd. The power, the speed with which he moves on the floor, boy, you just don't see it that consistently.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And with Westbrook and his elite athleticism, Doris, it can be seen in his great statistics.
Well, you don't average 30 points a game in the NBA unless you can absolutely blow past defenders like Russell Westbrook. Gosh, the strength in his legs allows him to fight for rebounds. He is so productive from the point guard position. It's extraordinary.
Rubio against Westbrook. Stolen by Tucker. Now here's Green, guarded closely, and the shot goes in. Green's got his second basket of the game.
those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Passes it to Booker. From 15 feet away, hits the front of the rim and out. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. It's Harden with the drive. Oubre pulls it in. Well, Phoenix shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. Rubio in the corner. Fires from deep. That one misses. And the Rockets take it the other way. To the inside. Westbrook. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got assist number 5 here tonight. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Rubio, the pass to Booker. Back to Rubio. There's the pass to Oubre. Diallo with it. He's against Green. Clock at 6. Diallo kicks to Rubio. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
To the middle, and stolen by Ayton. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Oubre, good.
Well, you have to respect how fast Kelly Oubre gets his shot off in catch-and-shoot situations.
Houston's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Double team on Westbrook. Covington passes to Green, and it's Green with the jam.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Here's Rubio. 15 points in the game. Pass to Ayton. Booker outside. Over Harden. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on James Harden. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
2.
Free throw good, Booker. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Pass to Šarić. And Rubio kicks to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. Passes to Green. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Ayton. 7th in field goal percentage, 8th in rebounding. And of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Bridges with the steal. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year. The Rockets #1.
And it's no accident to see them at that top spot, guys. I mean, great awareness and anticipation. They apply a ton of pressure defensively.
And the first one drops. And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stat sheet, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a third option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
Both free throws good from Bridges. Now here's Westbrook. He's got 11. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Oh, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment. Good report. Thank you so much. The first free throw is good.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
So Russell Westbrook, the man who only got a college scholarship because someone else didn't want it, comes into the NBA as simply an athletic combo guard, has turned himself into one of the NBA's best. What a story, Mr. Harlan.
The Suns shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And the technical free throw is good.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
The Rockets making a switch here. Cephalosha's checked in. 5 on the clock. Here's Jerome. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Carroll's got his 4th rebound in this one. Westbrook passes to Gordon. Back to Westbrook. The 3. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
And here is Saric following Russell Westbrook's 3. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
So it's the Rockets now, following the score by Phoenix. Back to Westbrook. He kicks to Carroll. Over Saric. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Carroll's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Here's Jerome. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And finished off by Westbrook.
My goodness, is there anything better than watching Westbrook hammer at home? My goodness gracious, Russell.
Phoenix has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Saric outside. The pass to Bridges. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Bridges has got 4 this quarter. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Outside Westbrook. Here's Carroll. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, the call goes Carroll's way thanks to the effort he puts in. He doesn't back away from the contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
Now, did you know, Kevin, that they call DeMarre Carroll the swag daddy because he always dresses to impress? I hear the wardrobe is unreal.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kaminsky in for Devin Booker. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Houston. Rivers comes in for Russell Westbrook. He's off on the second. For Phoenix, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Here's Baines, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
In the corner, it's Gordon. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Suns shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Saric outside. Here's Baines. He averages about 5 points a game. Back to Saric. He's looking for Kaminsky and finds him. Good work there as it goes. Kaminsky's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
At his size, Dario Saric can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
And here's Rivers. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Now, here's Bridges. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Stolen away. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. There's a minute 40 left here in the third quarter. Saric outside. Pass to Kaminsky. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Feeds to Cephalosha. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
A moment now to see the numbers for Bridges. He's averaging 10 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Now here's Kaminsky. He has 6. Pass to Bridges. Takes the 3. They get it back. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Here's Rivers. Outside Gordon. Passes it to Carroll. Here's Hartenstein. Covered by Saric. Down low. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Gordon missing. And here's Phoenix. Good momentum. 8 straight points. Saric attacking. Over to the left wing. Here's Jerome. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The shot, no good.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Fast break. Here come the Suns. Bridges leading the charge. Sharch in the corner. Here's Baines. No good on the last-second attempt there. And so it's the Houston Rockets going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And for Houston, they're shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Kaminsky out there with Aaron Baines. Then there's Carter. Then it's Johnson, and it's Jerome in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Hartenstein, rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Jerome. He's guarded by Rivers. Kicks to Kaminsky. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Kaminsky's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Suns. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Here's Rivers, following the score by Phoenix. The feed to Gordon. When he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And for the Suns, they're shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. The pass to Baines. That's tipped, stolen by Rivers. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Gordon's running, and he gets the bucket.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Now here is Carter. Pass to Jerome. Just 5 on the clock. The Rockets pull it in. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Caboclo, the pass to Rivers, and the shot is good.
Well, tremendous composure on the interior from the guard, Austin Rivers. He's got the frame to complete that play.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Jerome. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
And he knocks down the first one. Jonah Bolden's checked in for Phoenix. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Houston. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Carter kicks to Kaminsky. Pass to Bolden. Carter on the wing. To the paint. Will it go? And Johnson with the lay-in, good.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. The shot by House is no good. Suns have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Jerome, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jerome's got his first bucket in this one.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Rivers passes to House. Here's Hartenstein. Over Kaminsky. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Now Carter. To the inside. Here's Bolden. Nice move. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now here's Rivers. Here's Hartenstein. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Carter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
And he sinks the second. Doris, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
The Suns have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Johnson outside. Pass to Kaminsky. Here's Jerome. Just 4 to shoot. Good on the three-point shot.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Got a piece of it. Carter with it. He feeds it to Kaminsky and finished off by Kaminsky.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Johnson, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
And the Rockets making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Back to McLemore. Inside, it's stolen by Kaminsky. Fast break, here come the Suns. Here's Johnson. Here's Bolden. Out to Carter. Here's the 3. Trains the three-pointer. Carter's got 6 in the quarter.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Now here's Westbrook to the wing on the left. Here is House. Another miss by Houston, and it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Carter, the pass to Jerome. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Westbrook. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner 3, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game, but because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
First one falls for him. A platoon swap here for Phoenix. And then for Houston, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Green comes in for Caboclo. And Robert Covington subbed in for Daniel House. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Tries from 16. No good from Booker.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Westbrook with it. Now guarded by Booker. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, he's really finding his rhythm. Tucker lighting it up at an unusual pace tonight.
And it's Rubio with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. He kicks it to Bridges. Now here's Ayton. Guarded by Tucker. Ayton, the pass to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, it's Bridges. They grab their own miss. Here's Ayton. Off target with the jump hook. The Rockets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Now the pass to Green. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
Houston making some changes. Hartenstein, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker, and Daniel House subbed in for Jeff Green. He doesn't get the second one.
What a terrific story Robert Covington is. Gets undrafted out of college, goes to the G League and becomes an MVP, and now one of the very best defenders in the NBA. Truly an incredible journey.
And good that time. And that's 12 points for Frank Kaminsky.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Outside Westbrook. Pass to McLemore. Lets it go with a 3. But they recover it. Houston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. To the middle, down to 5 on the shot clock. 4-on-3 break. The shot by Carter, nobody around. Off the left rim and out.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
Now here's Westbrook. Pass to Hartenstein. Now here's McLemore. Over Johnson. Covington tipped back in for 2. Covington's got 20.
Boy, Robert Covington catching fire and doing work.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Johnson outside. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by House. The Rockets have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Outside Westbrook. Inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be
Shoot two.
close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure. But it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
And both free throws good for Covington. 1:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jerome. Drops it in from 11 feet. Jerome's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Russell Westbrook.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
And that one's good. House.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
And Phoenix has possession. The Rockets making the shot. Shot clock at 6. Kaminsky kicks to Carter. From deep. Shot clock reset for Phoenix. It's blocked. And here's Covington. Dishes it to Westbrook. So we see Houston taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, when do you know when to attack and when to lay off, when to pass and when to shoot?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Well, you were on your A game tonight, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.